Alright, this is going to be a long video, and I discovered while looking on YouTube there's not a lot of videos on the transformation of going to a gluten-free lifestyle, so I thought I'd go ahead and post one. Before I start, just let you know that this is my personal vlog channel. I have another one for Sims, and if you want to follow me on Pinterest for any gluten-free recipes that I find, I do recommend doing that. I post a lot on Pinterest, so you'll definitely see a bunch of random things on there. I love Pinterest, and I will just post that because I don't have anything else. Oh, other than I have a WordPress blog. I don't post on it that much. I changed the background and I don't like it, and I need to figure out how to change it back to what I had. So don't be afraid to reach out, especially on gluten-free, if there's anything like you recommend or anything. These are all my recommendations. Of course, this is just me doing gluten-free for 1 month, and these are my basic symptoms and what I've learned. So we're going to just start off with a little intro. Alright, so let's just jump right into it. About a month ago, I decided to go into gluten-free lifestyle. Now, let's get into why I did it, right? Sorry. I started it about a month ago because I was having digestive issues and they just kept getting worse. And so I let my doctor know about this, and I told her that I thought maybe I had a gluten sensitivity because I had a sensitivity test done like a year ago, and it said that I had one for malt vinegar, and malt vinegar is basically gluten vinegar, right? So I decided to go on gluten-free, and she backed me up because she was like, that's a good idea, you'll get you away from sugars and carbs, and we can try to start getting your weight down. And I have thyroid problem that just started in the last year, and that was the first time where I had my blood tests done, and my results came in great. So I was really ecstatic, and I really thought, okay, maybe I can lose all this weight that I had gained from thyroid, which I gained 50 pounds in less than a year. And it's not from my eating. A lot of it was like symptoms from thyroidism that really just caught up and made it hard for me to live life. So I decided to start the gluten-free diet and just suck it up and do it. So the first week alone, within the first 2 days, I could tell a huge difference. Now here's a little backstory on me. I don't like pasta. I don't like cake. I don't like pizza. I'm not a big bread eater. Growing up, that's always been kind of a thing. I just never really liked it. And I'm also one of those people, if I don't like something, I kind of subconsciously stay away from it. So I think that's kind of one of those things. Like, I've always kind of been sensitive to gluten, and my body was just like, just stay away from it. I don't like it. So, I don't know. That could be, could not be. It doesn't make a really big difference for me. If I can have potatoes and chocolate, I'm set for life. That's really all I need. So, it's not healthy to eat that, but still, that's basically all I need. So the first photo I have right here is when I first started. Just trying to look at my face, if it thins out or anything, and all that. I started cooking healthier food from zucchini fritter, fried zucchini. This week alone, I tried chicken and broccoli, because that's the one thing I've been craving is Chinese takeout, which I do like Chinese takeout. So I made that, and I made a French omelet. So I'm definitely eating a lot better, like at home. I don't eat out as much because I have a very stressful, demanding job. It's very hard to want to come home and cook, so I kind of just stop and get some like fast food or something, order some takeout. And I was just like, nah, I'm not going to do this anymore. And so, there's just so many reasons why I started gluten-free diet. I mean, there really is. It's not really just one certain thing other than, digestive issues, from thyroid problems to I have ADHD. They recommend that. And then just a lot of different things. And as I'm getting older, it's like I don't want to be fat my whole life. I would like to have a little, what do you say, your prime years. I would like to have a little moment where I'm like really pretty and thin, and don't we all want to be like that, really, if you think about it. So I started the gluten-free diet. The first week I did not have a hard time. I really didn't. I feel bad. I hear about all these people with celiac disease and that are being forced into this lifestyle, and I feel bad, and I feel for them. I really do. I don't know how. It's crazy, some of the stuff I'll get into. And then I see people always complaining about, I didn't get to eat cake for a whole week. I was having withdrawal. I had a headache one of the first 3 days, because I think it was not necessarily a withdrawal. Well, yeah, I think it was a change in the body. My body's like, why do you do this to me so freaking much? So I started that, and I remember having a little bit of a headache. I remember being more thirsty. And another thing I noticed is I've never been much of a person to wake up and want to eat right away. Like, to me, breakfast is not my thing. But when I first started doing gluten-free, I noticed that I would wake up and I was actually hungry. And I actually wanted to eat, even after taking my medication. And so I was still hungry, so I would actually eat in the morning. So that was a new thing for me. Another thing I noticed was I wasn't eating as much, and it still goes as today, even a month later. I don't eat as much. I'm not snacking as much. I'm not as craving as much. It was you can definitely tell a huge difference. My energy levels, they were increasing. They're still a little wonky from my thyroid. They're way much better than when I first started having thyroid problems, because I could walk to the mailbox and back and just need a 12-hour nap after. It was bad. It got really bad. It was really easy. Actually, the hardest part was when I had to start ordering from restaurants, because, let's face it, you're in the habit of buying fast food. You're going to want to buy fast food one day, not because you want it, just because out of habit. And so the first time was a little tricky. I about went to McDonald's, and I realized, no, can't do that. They can't have gluten-free. Didn't realize a lot of restaurants use gluten on their french fries, and I was just really sad about that. I was like, frick, you gotta be kidding me. So I discovered that I had already done keto before, and I was, really familiar. I've actually seen a nutritionist when I was a kid, so I'm very familiar with how to shop in a healthy way. I don't go to Whole Foods. I go to this cheaper version of Whole Foods called Sprouts, and so I'm already familiar with shopping like that, going for the substitutes. I've already had the knowledge of using how to, cloud bread and all this stuff. And I picked up gluten-free bread, and I made that. And that was, let me tell you, probably the best bread I've ever eaten, because I'm not a big bread person. So to me, it didn't take much. It was more dense than, like normal bread you get. But I remember there was a day where I had eaten literally mac and cheese, and I had grilled cheese, and I had tomato soup. So one was for lunch, one was for dinner. And I remember just feeling so awful afterwards and thinking, did I just eat? And that was all homemade too, so I was just like, oh my gosh. And it felt awful. It was so hard to eat that stuff. But then I discovered that another restaurant I could eat at was Mostly those like homemade chicken places, because they kind of stay away from, if it has grilled chicken, it's not going to be in that one. They kind of stay away from, they make their stuff homemade. So that was fine, other than I had ranch, which buttermilk is like wheat, is like flour and milk. So I learned that. Other than that, I mean, it was really tricky. It was really easy for me to figure that out. Now the hardest, there were two bad things about going gluten-free for me this month. One, alcohol. I drank one night, I drank a lot. And when I drank, well, I guess it would be technically a binge drinking. I did some binge drinking, and when I woke up the next morning, I felt awful. And I was just like, what do I do? Let me go get something to help with my headache. Let me drink some water. So I drank some water. I'm like, I need to go get some Sprite. Got some Sprite. And I'm like, okay, what can I eat to help? I need something. I need bread to absorb something or something. Yeah. Well, I'm like, okay, I need something greasy. Well, so I was a little bit in a pickle. I made some fried zucchini to kind of help. Oh man, it was awful. It was awful. And then I took a Benadryl just to kind of help, because the Aleve and ibuprofen wasn't helping. So I did that and I went to sleep. Just a few last things. Another symptom. I don't know if this is gluten-free related or not, but this is a moment where if you're not a female, it's not going to pertain to you. But I'm kind of hoping somebody sees this and kind of helps me out, because I don't feel like paying money to go to doctors right now. So when I noticed when it was that time of the month that my PMSing symptoms were a little better, but right beforehand, my stomach was swollen very much, and I was in a lot of pain, but I wasn't eating a lot either. So I noticed that, and I was not feeling well for those couple of days, and my stomach was in a lot of pain. And I don't know if that was gluten-free related or hormone change or any of that. But other than that, I love going gluten-free. I plan on sticking with it, and I would love to do some more videos on what I cook, what I'm eating, exercise for thyroid people, stuff like that. A little health never doesn't hurt. And, somebody may see it and they may get some inspiration for themselves, and that would be really cool. So, that's what I do. That's the reason why I watch a bunch of people's YouTubes, is for inspiration. So, I did lose I have lost some weight, but to me, that's kind of not my goal with this, which is weird, because every time I change my diet, it's normally my goal is to lose weight. But for this, I'm just kind of hoping that the weight loss is kind of just a byproduct, because I like not being in pain, and I like having no bloating. I hate bloating. I hate being bloated. I just do. I hate it so much. And I'm horrible about drinking water, so sometimes it's my fault. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do like and subscribe, because I do plan on doing some more, especially the more likes and subscribes I get, the more stuff I'll upload and more I'll do, because don't want to waste my time, but at the same time, it's like, this is a great hobby for me. So it's all about that balancing act. Reach out if you have any questions, or if you have anything that you think I would enjoy. So I'm not afraid. Go ahead, reach out. Say, hey, saw your gluten-free video, I liked it. I don't know. Do whatever you want. So thanks for watching, if you've made it to the end. Have